The other day, well yesterday, I did an interview with Lou Collins on Sound Art Radio. I'll post the link below, and I reiterated, mistakenly I might add, that I didn't believe the whole Comet Ping Pong Pizza, Pizzagate or Podesta and the rest of them were actually a cult. They were just a bunch of weirdos and oddballs possibly using outsider art in order to further their kind of sexual agenda, which is actually pathological, unhealthy and unclean and illegal. Well, this morning Lou sent me a link that's made me change my mind. I now very much believe that that this isn't a cult thing. This is an act of sorcery. This is between the false flag shooting event the other day, where they were trying to, there's some supreme muppetry of trying to incite some kind of conspiracy theorist blame for it, to distract from it, is very classic. It's probably Clinton's people. Remember, she's an extremely dangerous individual. She's turned on by the thrill of the kill. You just have to watch that video of Gaddafi to see that. She is a beastly, ghastly creature. Even though she's not in power, she will be running around screaming, banging, dropping things, demanding that heads roll. This is her nature. Being who she is now isn't enough. She wants to be queen of the world, and there's only room for one queen on this planet, and that she sees herself as that. She is the pathological inversion of Hecate, the dead queen of the West, on an archetypal level. I was just looking at John Simmons' old book, my original copy on Aleister Crowley, the Great Beast. It's falling to pieces, but it's a fantastic read. And I was just looking at that last night, and that book has given me such a great education in my life of magic. Now, you see, the problem is the satanic panic thing has been breaking into this whole Pizzagate stuff, this whole satanic panic thing. Now, that was created as a distraction in the 90s in order to keep the heat off the real people. The most famous or infamous example was the arrest of all these people in a poor neighbourhood in Rochdale in England in order to protect the real paedophile monsters, who were Cyril Smith, the local MP, and in the general area, and Jimmy Savile, who was also functioning in this general area as well. So you have to be careful not to use words like satanic. Okay, this is the first thing I'll say to you before we go into what the rest of this video is about. Now, you've often heard me say, and also I want to say, I'm not demonizing the occult and magic. The magic and the occult has been very good for me. It's made me a better artist. It's made me have a better understanding of reality, the quantum field, how that all works. It has brought into my life things that answered questions. I sought proof of life after death. I found it. I sought proof of demons or fairies or other entities that exist outside this reality. I found it. And the world is now a very more interesting and magical place for me. It's been very good for me in learning about other cultures. I've explored folk magic from around the world. I've learned so much about rural and all kinds of cultures, especially around Europe. And it's something that I encourage people to explore and incorporate into your life, because not only will you have a more broadened view of the world that religion doesn't give you, but it also will enhance your own existence within this reality and make you less susceptible to, so we say, a sorcery, occult sorcery being used upon you. Now, you've heard me talk in the past about, you don't find sorcery, it will find you. You don't find magic, it will find you. You don't find the occult, it will find you. You think before you woke up, the city that you lived in was full of all that occult symbolism, all-seeing eyes, and all the other things that you've learned about since you got your education, and you learn what these symbols mean and their roots in things like Freemasonry and esoteric organizations. But you were still affected by them before you knew what they were. You were passively affected by them. And then when you saw videos and read about them and discovered what they were, then you were actively affected by them. If you went, oh my God, the Illuminati, or oh my God, these monsters, these Satanists are ruling the world. Because then you've been double spelled. One, you didn't know, you were the willing fool, and you were the innocent fool, and B, you were the willing fool. Your step into consciousness was polluted. Where, like myself in the video about spirit cooking last week, I said, do not feed the sorcery. Always be low-key, laid back, explore. Now, there are times you will be hit by things like it's happened to me this morning that will blow you away. But again, you're fascinated and you're amazed. You're not put into a state of shock. I cannot stress this enough. You are not to feed anything in the energy wars other than yourself and ones you love in a co-arrangement of you two, someone you really love or respect, sharing your energy. So anyway, after I did the Lou interview, she gave me the link, and she sent me a link to a music video she'd found by a band called Father John Misty, and the name of the video is "This Is Sally Hatchet," and the video is basically it's from 2012. It's quite a good song. It's a very well made video artistically, but it's basically Comet Ping Pong Pizza in a music video. You see, the first thing you see in the video is the immediate cult symbols. The pizza pie, the pepperoni pizza pie, has been carved into the pentagram. Now, what's interesting about this, I know some of you Christians all go, pentagram, evil, well, it's not evil, it's a magical symbol. Remember, it only has two aspects. Upwards, pointing upwards is the path of good, pointing downwards is the path of, well, we shouldn't say bad, but darkness. For instance, when Crowley departed from the Golden Dawn, he made the inverted symbol of the pentagram to MacGregor's Matters, indicating there was an occult war would take place and he would do anything he would. In the video, the guy is leaning over the blood-covered pepperoni pizza, but please notice where the pentagram is pointing. It's not pointing at him. It's not pointing into the restaurant. The inverted pentagram is pointing towards you. Then you have other scenes in the video, which you can see here, where a woman comes in and starts slaughtering people with a gun. What happened yesterday with the gun. Then we have the other scenes where you have the guy's riddled in shotgun pellets, and as he's trying to cut the pizza with the pizza cutting wheel, his blood is spewing out of the fingers. And then there's also a scene of a bizarre mural on the wall of the pizza parlor. Do I need to go any further? Now, people will say, this is predictive programming. No, folks, it's not. This is where you have to get out of this. It's not predictive programming. This is trash magic. Now, trash magic is when people who are not necessarily of a magical, shall we say, experience, but do have power in terms of art and things like this. The band sound pretty good. I've heard listen to their other stuff. They will tap into magic forces. They will tap into these forces. You see that with so many things with 9/11, so many things like the Lone Gunman series, to so many album covers, music videos, The Simpsons, the famous 9/11 thing. These are not predictive programmings. What these things are is they are magical insights that artistic people avail of. Accidentally. This video came out in 2012. That's what, 4 years ago, and here it is basically the music video demonstrating or portraying what Comet Ping Pong Pizza and what happened and what is going on there, more or less how we've been feeling it and seeing it from the WikiLeaks emails. We're in the energy wars. I don't know how long I've been saying this for you, and there's unbelievable muppetry going on at the moment. And it's a good thing because they're terrified. This is why they want to resurrect the like of Tony Blair from the grave. Even the fecking Prime Minister of Ireland who led us into ruin, Bertie Ahern, he's now running for politics again. All they're missing now is doing a kind of a H.P. Lovecraft reanimation of Ted Heath and Jimmy Savile, and everything will be sorted for them. They have no plan B. They've no plan B, and their trash magic has failed. So don't feed into the sorcery by getting all freaked out by this video. Examine it like you would be a Sherlock Holmes, a doctor, or a scientist. What you're getting is a trash magic insight into a predictive form of magic that took place in the past that spooled in and showed us the future. It's very important, this. Now, another aspect of this video is, strangely enough, it seems to be blocked in North America, or it was for some people this morning. In fact, 2 people I sent the video to, one in Canada and one in the USA, got this copyright infringement notice. Why? What servers are blocking it? Why are this server blocking it? I don't know. It's very interesting that this has all come about right now. But again, when you walk in this kind of magical path, nothing in life is an accident. Nothing in life is a mystery. Nothing in life is happenstance. You're aware of the actual, there's the time-space reality being tampered and crumpled like an accordion, where when artists accidentally or deliberately invoke magical forces, it's like a concertina that's been crushed. Future, present. They get a glimpse of the present, the concertina goes back out, and then in their music, their art, whatever, they start their album covers, their music videos, their paintings, whatever, their fiction, they start writing about what the future, this side of the future concertina had. And then eventually when this reaches up to this, people say it's predictive programming. It's not. It's the fluctuation in the space-time field that allows you to move outside present realities. Art is the best way to do it. Another way to do it is dreaming. What you're seeing here is dreaming. Magic and art, and it's all very powerful and positive when you realize that this stuff exists and it can be tampered with, and you take it into your own hands. Then you're no longer a refugee in the energy wars. Stay cool, don't let it get to you, and hold fast to that which is true.